just 1 year, the United States produces over 12 million tons of beef, feeding families in more than 100 countries, and fueling a $70 billion industry. But behind every steak, burger, and brisket lies a vast and grueling operation, from dusty ranches stretching across Texas and Nebraska to massive feedlots, high-tech packing plants, and global export routes. This isn't just food production, it's a way of life, one that demands endless labor, resilience, and respect for the land. For the men and women who wake before dawn to ride through thousands of acres of open plain, this is more than an industry. It's America's oldest promise to turn grass, grit, and sunlight into sustenance for the world. Across the American heartland, from the rolling hills of Kansas to the open ranges of Montana and Texas, lie more than 700,000 cattle ranches. Together, they raise over 90 million head of cattle, representing one of the most efficient and powerful meat production networks on Earth. Cattle ranching has defined the United States for centuries. It shaped the cowboy culture, built rural economies, and remains a cornerstone of U.S. agriculture, second only to crops like corn and soybeans. Each region plays a distinct role. Texas leads in total cattle numbers, with ranches larger than some countries. Nebraska and Kansas dominate feedlot finishing, where cattle are prepared for market. Colorado, Oklahoma, and South Dakota bridge the two, balancing grazing and feedlot operations. And beyond America's borders, U.S. beef is a global symbol, shipped to Japan, South Korea, Mexico, and China, celebrated for its tenderness, marbling, and flavor. Long before America became a nation, cattle had already transformed its landscapes. The first herds arrived in the early 1600s, brought by Spanish settlers through Mexico and Florida. Over centuries, these hardy animals, descendants of Bos taurus and Bos indicus, adapted to the continent's wild extremes: the cold blizzards of Montana, the dry heat of Texas, the endless prairies of the Midwest. From these origins came the foundation of today's beef empire, an intricate web of genetics, breeding, and biology built around a single purpose: to convert grass, grain, and sunlight into protein. Most American beef cattle belong to the Bos taurus family, prized for their tenderness, rapid growth, and even marbling. Among them, Angus, Hereford, and Charolais are the most common breeds, each contributing distinct traits. Angus delivers exceptional marbling and flavor. Herefords thrive on open ranges with minimal input. Charolais are muscular and efficient, ideal for lean cuts and feed conversion. Every calf begins life in a cow-calf operation, often on family ranches that span hundreds of acres of natural pasture. Calves are born in spring, nourished by mother's milk, and learn early to graze on native grasses: brome, blue stem, alfalfa. Over 6 to 9 months, they grow rapidly, turning cellulose-rich forage, something humans can't digest, into dense muscle and energy. Cattle biology is a marvel of natural engineering. Their 4-chambered stomach allows them to ferment and break down fibrous plant matter, using microbial symbiosis. Inside the rumen, Billions of bacteria and protozoa convert tough plant fibers into volatile fatty acids, the true fuel for growth. By the time a steer reaches a feedlot, its body has already undergone a silent transformation, a biological machine honed by centuries of selective breeding and ecological adaptation. From wild Spanish stock to today's precision-engineered genetics, the American beef cow is both an ancient survivor and a modern masterpiece of agricultural evolution. At dawn, when the first line of orange cuts across the horizon, America's cattle ranches come alive. In Texas, Nebraska, or Montana, mornings begin not with alarm clocks, but with the sound of hooves. Cowboys saddle their horses, dogs circle the pens, and the open range stretching miles in every direction waits for another day of labor. The main ranch process begins with what ranchers call the morning ride. This daily patrol checks the heart of the operation, the herd. Riders spread out across thousands of acres, moving slowly, scanning for injured calves, broken fences, or signs of predators. Every animal's behavior tells a story: a cow separated from the group, a calf lagging behind, or a steer refusing to graze. These are subtle cues only years of experience can read. Once the herd is gathered, work shifts to herd management. Calves born in spring must be tagged and recorded. Ear tags or microchips track bloodlines, weights, and vaccinations data that connects each animal to modern traceability systems. Branding, though centuries old, still endures a mark of ownership, identity, and pride. Smoke rises, iron hisses, and ranch hands work quickly and carefully, ensuring minimal stress to both animal and crew. Next comes feeding and rotation. On grass-fed ranches, cattle are moved across pastures in cycles, a method called rotational grazing. It allows the land to recover naturally, maintaining soil health and preventing erosion. Ranchers time each rotation precisely, depending on rainfall and grass height, balancing ecological health with growth targets. For larger commercial operations, supplemental feed is critical. Pickup trucks or feed wagons deliver bales of hay, silage, and grain to troughs. Nutritionists and veterinarians collaborate to design rations rich in protein and minerals. Clean water systems from solar-powered pumps to underground wells ensure hydration during hot months. Throughout the year, ranchers manage vaccinations, deworming, and weaning. Veterinary care happens in portable corrals or squeeze chutes, where cattle are inspected and treated for disease. Each season brings a rhythm: calving in spring, grazing through summer, weaning in fall, and preparation for feedlots before winter. For the families who run these ranches, this work never truly stops. Cows calve in snowstorms, fences break in wind, and hay must be hauled in sub-zero cold. It's physical, constant, and deeply personal labor. Yet, behind every long day and tired hand lies quiet purpose, the understanding that these pastures don't just produce animals, they produce food, livelihoods, and continuity. Each sunrise marks another chapter in an unbroken story, one of land, animals, and people working together to feed the world. When cattle are grown to the right size, the rancher's next job is to separate and prepare them for sale or slaughter. This step is called sorting. It happens on the ranch or at a feedlot before animals are sent to the buyers. Cattle are sorted mainly by weight and body condition. The aim is to group animals that are roughly the same size and shape. That way, when they go to the meat plant, the meat cuts are more consistent. Sorting also helps buyers know exactly what they are paying for. Workers move the cattle calmly through fenced alleys into small pens. They use flags or gentle hand movements instead of shouting or hitting. Keeping animals calm is important because stress can cause injury or affect the meat later. Each cow has a small tag on the ear with a number or barcode. This tag links to the animal's record when it was born, what it ate, and what treatments it received. These records follow the animal until it reaches the plant. Before cattle are loaded onto trucks, they are checked for signs of sickness or weakness. If an animal looks unwell or injured, it is kept back and treated. Healthy animals are cleared for transport. Trucks are cleaned before use, have good airflow, and carry only a limited number of animals to avoid overcrowding. During transport, drivers must stop for rest, water, and feed on longer trips. At the meat plant, the process continues under close supervision. Trained inspectors and veterinarians check the condition of every animal again before slaughter. Any that are not healthy are removed. The animals are handled carefully to reduce stress before processing begins. Rules also cover how waste is handled and how clean the facilities must be. Ranchers and processors must follow national laws that protect both animal welfare and food safety. Antibiotic or hormone use is recorded and monitored, so no residue remains in the final product. These steps, sorting, checking, and following rules exist to make sure that the beef reaching the market is clean, safe, and raised responsibly. It's a system built on accountability from the pasture all the way to the consumer's table. After the cattle leave the ranch, they are transported to large processing plants where the animals are turned into beef products for both local and international markets. This stage is where the scale of the industry becomes clear. Modern plants can handle thousands of animals each day, using a mix of human skill and automated systems to ensure safety, cleanliness, and efficiency. The process begins when the animals arrive and are given time to rest after transport. They are inspected again to make sure they are healthy and calm. When slaughter begins, trained workers handle each step carefully to follow humane and hygienic standards. The carcasses are cleaned, chilled, and then divided into major sections, usually called primals, such as the rib, loin, and round. These are then trimmed into smaller cuts, depending on the market's needs. Nothing is wasted. The hides are removed and sold to leather producers. Bones, fat, and other byproducts are processed into materials used for animal feed, cosmetics, or even biofuel. The goal is to use every part of the animal, turning what would once be waste into valuable goods. Once the meat is cut and trimmed, it moves to the packing stage. Cuts are vacuum sealed or placed in protective packaging to keep them fresh. Each box or bag is labeled with its source, weight, and date, making it traceable back through the supply chain. Some beef is sold fresh, while others are frozen for export. From there, the distribution network takes over. Refrigerated trucks carry the boxed beef to supermarkets, restaurants, and warehouses across the country. Containers bound for export are kept at strict temperature levels and shipped from major ports like Los Angeles, Houston, and Seattle. Large buyers in Asia, the Middle East, and Europe demand steady supply and consistent quality, so logistics systems are tightly controlled. Every link from plant to cold storage to shipping must stay within exact temperature and safety limits. By the time the beef reaches a kitchen anywhere in the world, it has passed through a chain built on precision and care. Processing and distribution form the backbone of the U.S. beef trade, turning the work of ranchers into food that feeds millions each day. Beef is one of America's largest agricultural industries. Every year, cattle and beef production generates around $70 billion in economic value and supports more than 1 million jobs across the country. From the rancher in Texas to the truck driver hauling cattle, and from the meat plant worker to the restaurant owner serving steaks, the industry connects rural communities to global markets. For many small towns across the Midwest and the South, cattle are not just livestock, they are the main source of income. Ranching supports local feed suppliers, equipment dealers, veterinarians, and transport companies. The money that flows from cattle sales helps fund schools, maintain roads, and keep small-town economies alive. When beef prices rise, these communities thrive. When prices fall, the effects ripple through local businesses. The U.S. also plays a major role in global trade. Beef exports to countries like Japan, South Korea, and Mexico bring in billions of dollars each year. These exports strengthen the balance of trade and support thousands of American jobs. Because of the reputation for quality and safety, U.S. beef often sells at a premium price abroad. However, the economic success also brings environmental responsibility. Cattle farming uses large amounts of land and water, and cattle naturally produce methane, a greenhouse gas. Ranchers across the country are adapting new methods to reduce their impact. Many now rotate grazing pastures to restore grasslands, use feed that lowers methane emissions, and install better water systems to prevent waste. The industry is also investing in renewable energy and waste management. Manure is used to produce biogas, and leftover materials are recycled into compost or fertilizer. These steps not only protect the environment, but also help cut costs for farmers and ranchers. Socially, beef production remains a source of identity and pride. Generations of families continue to run the same ranches, passing down both the land and the knowledge needed to sustain it. For them, caring for the environment is not a trend, but a way to ensure their children have a future on the same ground. Economically strong and increasingly conscious of sustainability, America's beef industry shows that tradition and innovation can work together, feeding people while protecting the land that makes it all possible. American beef has become a global product. Each year, millions of tons of beef leave the United States for markets in more than 100 countries. The biggest importers are Japan, South Korea, Mexico, and China. These nations value U.S. beef for its consistent quality, food safety standards, and reliable supply. The export system starts at major ports such as Los Angeles, Houston, and Seattle. Processed and packaged beef from plants across the Midwest is loaded into refrigerated containers that maintain a constant temperature during shipment. Every box carries labels and records that trace it back to the ranch or feedlot where the cattle were raised. This traceability helps importers and restaurants know exactly where their products come from. In Japan, U.S. grain-fed beef is used for dishes like sukiyaki and yakiniku because of its tenderness and marbling. In South Korea, it appears in barbecue restaurants and high-end markets, often sold under the U.S. Choice or U.S. Prime label. Mexico buys large amounts of beef for everyday cooking and processed foods. In China, U.S. beef is considered a premium product, often used in hotels and luxury dining. Trade agreements and food safety cooperation make these exports possible. When health concerns or trade barriers arise, both governments and industry groups work together to maintain trust and reopen markets. Over time, this cooperation has built a strong reputation for American beef as a safe, high-value source of protein. Exporting also benefits the domestic industry. By selling higher-value cuts overseas and lower-value parts domestically, processors can use the entire carcass efficiently. This raises total revenue and reduces waste. The global demand for beef also helps stabilize prices for ranchers, even when U.S. consumer demand changes. As global diets evolve and incomes rise, new markets continue to emerge in Southeast Asia, the Middle East, and Africa. Meeting that demand responsibly is now a major focus. Producers are working to improve sustainability, lower emissions, and ensure that beef remains an environmentally responsible product. From family ranches on the Great Plains to dinner tables in Seoul or Tokyo, the journey of U.S. beef shows how one country's agriculture is linked to the world's food system, turning grass grown in America into meals enjoyed across the globe. Cattle ranching is more than an economic activity in the United States. It is part of the country's cultural foundation. The image of the rancher and the cowboy has shaped how Americans see hard work, independence, and connection to the land. This tradition stretches back more than 200 years and continues to define rural life today. The cowboy culture began in the 1800s when settlers moved westward and open-range herding became the main way to raise cattle. Riders worked long hours in all weather, guiding herds across prairies to rail stations or markets. Their skills roping, branding, and horse handling became symbols of strength and self-reliance. Over time, these values were passed down through generations of ranching families. Today, while technology has replaced much of the manual labor, the same code of behavior remains. Ranchers believe in fairness, honesty, and respect for animals and the land. Many families still wake before sunrise to check their herds, mend fences, or deliver calves, just as their grandparents did. The sense of duty to care for both livestock and landscape runs deep. Cultural events such as rodeos, county fairs, and cattle auctions help keep these traditions alive. Rodeos began as contests of real ranching skills and are now major community gatherings. They celebrate the physical work behind ranch life and honor the people who sustain it. In schools, children in ranching regions often learn to ride horses and handle livestock as part of growing up. Ranching has also influenced music, art, and film. Country songs, Western novels, and movies have carried the cowboy image around the world. While often romanticized, these stories still reflect the real pride and challenges of rural America: resilience, independence, and respect for nature. Many ranchers see themselves not only as business owners but as land stewards. They understand that taking care of the soil and grass ensures the land can continue to support future generations. The cowboy legacy is therefore not just about history, it is about responsibility. Even as ranching modernizes, the cultural identity built around cattle remains strong. The cowboy spirit, simple, steady, and hardworking, continues to represent an important part of what it means to live and work close to the land in America. From sunrise on the open plains to the glow of kitchen lights around the world, America's cattle ranches feed more than just people. They feed economies, cultures, and dreams. Behind every burger flipped and every steak seared lies the effort of thousands who dedicate their lives to transforming sunlight and soil into nourishment. The journey from calf to table is long, complex, and deeply human, filled with risk, innovation, and care. The world's appetite for beef may rise and fall, but one truth remains: as long as the American plains stretch under the wide blue sky, the heart of this $70 billion beef empire will keep beating steady, proud, and strong.